Okay, folks, how we doing? This is our lesson number 2 for the week. This is our at-home lesson for the virtual or the students that actually come into class. For the virtual students, it's all at-home lessons. We're going to learn a little bit about simplifying expressions. Simplifying expressions. Last week we talked about evaluating expressions. Now we'll do simplifying expressions. One of our methods for simplifying expressions is combining like terms. When we think of combining, we think of adding together or putting together, and like terms are just similar terms, terms that look the same. So combining like terms with this expression right here, we know it's an expression because there's no equal sign. We see two like terms. We see a 7x and a 3x, 7x and a 3x. It often helps to circle your like terms in different colors or put them in different shapes, whatever speaks to you. With our like terms, we can combine them or add them together. 7x plus 3x is 10x. 6 plus 3 is 9. And we have combined the like terms. The two constants here and the 7x and 3x combined to simplify the expression. Now, a little bit more of a complicated example. We have number 1 here, which has actually 3 terms, 1, 2, 3, that have x's, and 1 and 2 constants. We can add these all together. 5x minus 2x is 3x, minus 2x is just 1x, 5 minus 2 minus 2. And then we have 4 and 3, which is 7. Okay? Now, this is absolutely correct, but because we know that 1x is the same as 1 times x, 1 times x is just x. So we need to get rid of this 1 to keep it as simple as possible. It's the exact same thing, it's just simpler. Cool. Looking on, we'll move on to number 4 here. We see a 3p squared, a negative 2p squared. Notice I keep the negative. If it's negative, I keep it, same as I did up here, to remind myself I'm subtracting as opposed to adding. Okay, and we have some p's here. We have a negative p. Again, I'll get that negative sign in there, and 6p. And our third color will be this one, 2 and negative 1. Now we have 3 kinds of terms as opposed to just 2, but we can put them together, combine like terms, the exact same. We have 3p squared minus 2p squared gives us 1p squared. We don't say p2, we say p squared. We have 6p minus p is going to be 5p. And we have 2 minus 1, which is just plus 1. No variable because it's a constant. Now, last thing we can do is we notice that we have a times 1 up here, which we do not need. So we're going to get rid of that, keep it as simple as possible, and that is our final answer. Okay, next slide. Let's clear all this out. So combining like terms is one way we can simplify an expression. Now let's see the next way we can simplify an expression. This is called distribution. Distribution happens when you have some parentheses, a couple of terms inside the parentheses, and a number outside. This number is being multiplied. Just like when we talk about the 4x here, this is also being multiplied, right? So the 3 on the outside is being multiplied. Now, for multiplying, we can go ahead and distribute, which means multiply to all the terms inside. 3 times 4x is going to be 12x. 3 times 4 is 12, and the x stays the same. 3 times 5 is 15. And we're done. We can't go any further. This has an x, this doesn't, so we can't combine like terms. Now, we have our negative 2 times 9, which is negative 18. Negative 2 times 2x squared is negative 4x squared. Okay. And the x squared, again, stays the exact same, just like the x did here. It stays the same. Only the coefficient, or the number in front, changes. And our last one here, I picked this one because we often have trouble multiplying 8, 7, and 6. So we need to practice that as much as possible. 8 times 7 is our 56x. And because it's negative 8 and a positive 7, this becomes negative 56x. Now we have negative 8x times 6x. Positive times a negative is going to be negative. 8 times 6 is going to be 48x. And this is where it gets a little tricky. We have x times x squared. X times x is x squared. Okay. Okay. Now, let's see what we can do with combining like terms and distribution, putting them together. So we should do distribution first, and we'll do this second. So we're going to distribute here to simplify this expression. Again, it's an expression because there's no equal sign. And this gives us 40v plus 24. 40v plus 24. We've distributed that. And this minus 4v just comes down with a plus sign in between. Let me clear that out and try to do a little better. So we have minus 4v plus 40v plus 24. Now our 4v and our 40v are actually like terms because they both have a v, so we can put those together. Negative 4 plus 40 is positive 36. And the 24, there's no like terms, so we can just add that at the end. And this is as simple as it comes. Now doing the next one, we are going to multiply not by 6 here, but by negative 6 because we have this negative here. So negative 6 times 6 is negative 36. Negative times a positive is a negative. Negative 6 times 2x is negative 12x. And the minus 6 here just comes down. Nothing to do with that yet. Now we see two constants here that we need to add together, our two constants. And can't get any simpler than that. That's it. Okay. Now, that is your lesson for the week. If you have any questions, as always, feel free to email me. Proud of you folks for keeping up at home and doing what you need to do at home. Hope to